Of course, this is the Two Penny Games cast where we give you our 2 pennies, our 2 cents. And of course, we want to have the audience have their opportunity to put in their 2 cents. Make sure you drop a comment down below so that you can get your comments read on the show, much like WTB1327, who commented on our Bungie Steals artwork video. Bungie was a legendary studio till all of the legends left the past 10 years. I imagine he meant to say they all left in the past 10 years. That doesn't make them any less of a legendary studio.
Work persists.
Just because Bungie isn't what Bungie was 10 years ago doesn't mean that they're still not Bungie. Same with BioWare, same with Naughty Dog, same with a lot of these big studios that were founded on a couple of names and kept going. And I'll remind you, Bungie still does good work. Destiny 2 is a great game, and just last year released one of their best expansions to date. I don't know about calling them a former legendary studio. I still think they're up there. Now, Marathon does appear to be a miss, and it is unfortunate that they're tied up with all of the art stealing stuff. That's really unfortunate. And it's extra unfortunate that it keeps happening to Bungie, like we talked about in the video. Bungie is still Bungie. Don't get it twisted.
If the studios you listed were to die at some point in the future, when people look back on it, they're more or less going to not think of the years where they eventually had their downfall. They would think of, oh, they made Halo. Oh, they made Uncharted. They made Mass Effect, Dragon Age, when it was good. So those are the things that are going to stick in people's mind as time progresses onwards. But, I mean, it does suck that these studios that were, like, definitively always putting out good stuff are now hit or miss. Maybe less with Bungie, and I wouldn't say with Naughty Dog, but there's tons of other ones out there that definitely fill that space. But then look at something like Capcom. They had a space where you could have said that yeah, of course, they made Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, and you could have said, oh, well, 2010s, 2015s, their best days are gone. They're not the best anymore or even that good anymore. They're no longer legendary. Look what they did now. They made a comeback. They're arguably in the best position they've ever been in, whereas a lot of other game companies are having tons of problems financially. They had hit their 8th consecutive year of high earning sales. Like, they keep getting more and more money, with Monster Hunter Wilds as going even further. So give Bungie some support, Yeah, they've hit in a rough patch, but hopefully in the future they'll be able to maybe hammer out Marathon or go on to another project that isn't another Destiny. Because I kind of understand someone saying, well, you've just made Destiny since you've moved off of Halo.
What have you done for me lately?
Exactly, and especially because Destiny's a multiplayer game. Maybe you're not a big multiplayer fan. The legendary status, I think, remains, even if they're not as legendary as they once were.
We all want every game to be for us, but sometimes they're not, and that kind of sucks. But,